City lost to Spurs yesterday. Were you surprised?
Nah, not really surprised. City aren't. I said before. It's like City aren't a scary team. They have nothing.
What evidence do you have to say that?
They weren't missing anything last year.
They didn't have a striker.
Still don't have a striker. So it's like,
but yeah,
they still don't have a striker.
But if they get one, because last year they didn't have one, but they still dominated.
You asked me yesterday, yeah? Domination last year is different from dominating this year.
But this is how they started last year.
Last year they were able to start that way because Chelsea was fucked up, Liverpool was fucked up.
No.
This year it's not really allowed. You know, we are not allowing them to slip up and then catch up.
Last. If you remember how it started.
Yeah.
Because remember they didn't play the first game of the season. They didn't play.
They didn't
play.
Yeah.
First game week.
COVID.
They didn't have a preseason. Then finally when they managed to play, they only had 10 fit players.
Yeah.
They went, I think, the first 5 game weeks with so much uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
And then after international break, things just
changed.
Things just start picking up. So that's what I'm saying. What evidence? Why would you say they don't have? They're not a scary team yet. They're not even yet to get 50%.
For them, even last season, what you call domination, yeah, is against the teams last year. The teams that run on that level. If they play the same way they did last year, they're finishing 4th.
I still think...
If they get the same number of points they got last year, they're finishing 4th.
No, that's different. Getting the same number of points, playing the same way as last year, they will still dominate.
Won't.
It's like you remember when Force India Racing Point went and got the Mercedes for last year, and then they came back and now they were dominating. They went and literally copied the previous Mercedes. So if they kind of copy what they did last year, right?
They can't dominate.
Why do you say so?
They weren't a dominant team. All they did was win games. They had bare 1-0 wins, bare 2-1.
What is domination?
Domination.
Sometimes I dominate. By me winning every day, I have you mentally. And at the end of the day, at that level of sport, Liverpool and Man City, other than the last one that ended, I don't know, 4-1. Was it 4-1? Other than that game, all games between Liverpool and City have not been who's the more talented team.
Yeah.
It's been mind games. It's just been mentally who's stronger to get over this hump or who can stick to a game plan over 90 minutes. And like for those elite teams, it's all about the mind. It's not about just winning.
You know, domination against the big teams, what that is. When Liverpool plays Arsenal, that's domination. That's, you guys have no hope. Anytime you come to Anfield, you have no hope.
But that's where the mental aspect comes in.
That's not even, that's domination.
The moment you're mentioning Anfield.
You see, when we beat you, we don't just beat you, we thrash you. So that's the difference in terms of like domination. It's usually like when City play Arsenal, same thing. When City play United have this thing over them where that's now mental. That's not. You can't mention
Anfield and not admit that there's a mental aspect to it. The moment you bring in Anfield and the crowd, that means you're talking about the other team's mental capacity to handle.
Suarez dominated Norwich.
That was also a mental thing.
That was domination. Yeah. Like, it's different players.
Drogba dominated us.
Yeah. That's domination.
Exactly.
Like this
so you're making my point.
What City did last year was just win. They didn't dominate anyone. It wasn't like, they came the way they played, drain over the league, like the 100-point season. Whatever Liverpool did when you were winning the league, it was like 5-0s, 3-1s. It's 100-goal seasons. These guys are talking like 80, 70-something goals. It's not, that wasn't domination. They play that same way this year. There's such a huge gap. Chelsea have improved so much. United have improved so much.
They played the maximum number of games they could have played because they got to the final of everything.
Yeah.
They won the Premier League. That's the maximum number. If that is not domination.
Now, which makes me even more sure that they're not a scary team this year. Because their players, the same players who made it to the Champions League final, made it to Copa America, whatever finals,
They've added to it.
They've added one player.
Yes. Who's
not better than players they had.
But they haven't lost anyone.
Their players, you don't need to lose players. You see, like last season, what happened to us? It's in terms of fatigue. It's in terms of whatever. These players have played damn near 80 games last season.
Yeah, but if there was any team that rotated last year, which team was it?
Silva played majority of games. De Bruyne played majority of the games.
There are games where Silva was
De
actually
Bruyne,
decent.
other than his injury, played majority of the games. Mahrez played bare games. Only he had a good summer though. Sterling played bare games. The defenders played bare games. It's just like they're tired.
But they have the capacity to rotate. Like if you remember this.
Bro, you're a sports fan, yeah? The Warriors dynasty. Heading into the third year, they've been playing 80 games in 100 plus games a season. They've gone into the third year, everything's breaking down. Klay Thompson down, Durant down.
Because
it happens
because the second season, they did a Liverpool thing when they were chasing the 72-10 Bulls.
No.
Yeah, they did. They really put in a lot to get to that 73-9.
Bro, that was before Durant.
Yes, but who else?
I'm
all
talking-
those guys. Even if Durant comes in, isn't he playing with all these guys who went 7-3-9?
You see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
You see exactly what you're saying. So you're like, they brought in one person, Grealish, yeah? Grealish is coming. All these other guys are the same guys who've been doing this shit. They were in the Champions League semis the year before. COVID period. They were in the Champions League final this year. These same players have been playing in the Euros, they've been playing in whatever. They have the games under their belt.
But that's a Liverpool thing. That's what City don't have that problem because them they can rotate.
They're key players. They can't rotate their key players.
Who? Other than De Bruyne, who cannot be rotated?
You can't rotate De Bruyne. You can't rotate Diaz. You can't rotate Stones. You can't rotate.
What do you mean, Laporte?
It's been proven last season. No rotation was done in that position. Unless someone was injured, they didn't rotate.